Molly, welcome to the show. Great to again have a former Bitcoin Magaziner here.
Of course, and thanks for having me again, John.
And Molly, you're plugged in deeply in the Bitcoin scene in Asia. You've had success rolling out HashKey's Bitcoin products around the region, and it's good to get your perspective here on Bitcoin in Asia as we kick off 2021. First, can you briefly intro yourself and HashKey for those that aren't quite familiar with you yet?
I am Molly, the head of marketing and business development of HashKey Hub. HashKey Hub is one-stop digital asset management platform that's under MAS exemption in Singapore. We offer custodian services, fixed-term products for cryptocurrency, and fiat to crypto, crypto to fiat instant swap.
Thanks for that. To start, in China, there are occasionally CCTV segments focused on Bitcoin. You've tweeted some analysis of these in the past. Can you walk us through kind of how those segments evolved in 2020, what they are, and I think one recently sounded especially bullish. So, what's your kind of overview there?
Yes, CCTV2 has been reporting on Bitcoin for quite a few years, and there's actually a joke in the community saying that they're saying CCTV reporting Bitcoin as selling signal. They jokes aside, the CCTV2's attitude towards Bitcoin has been always been relatively neutral compared to other mainstream media calling Bitcoin is some kind of like a tulip bubbles. But some of the recent reports on Bitcoin, I would say, is quite positive. They start to call Bitcoin cryptocurrency instead of virtual currency like they did before. And they start to reporting on Bitcoin's ecosystem. They say, I quote, the Bitcoin ecosystem ranging from infrastructure and development to investment has improved significantly compared to 2013. So yeah, that report is super positive in my opinion.
That's interesting. Can you describe the demand for interest-bearing BTC accounts around Asia? What have you seen in terms of customer growth in different Asian markets there?
I say the demand is huge. It's massive. Ever since 2013, the mainstream media started reporting on Bitcoin, and if you say something for years, continuously for years with some kind of like crazy investment return, of course you'll be interested in it. But there's never a safe and a compliant way to get crypto. Crypto exchange in Asia, by Asia, you know where I mean, has always been a gray area, and they're not able to publicly promote themselves in order to reach to the mainstream audience. Therefore, it sort of like leads the scam like plaster can happen because people are interested in cryptocurrency, but there's no legitimate way for them to getting it, and the scammer sees the opportunity in it, and they've done a massive scammed over 1% of Bitcoin total supply, and once there's compliant way and for mainstream audience to get Bitcoin, I would say the demand is much bigger than the scam, which is already quite big. And there's some big movements happened on the regulation side in Asia for the past year. The first exchange license related to cryptocurrency was issued last year in Hong Kong. And in Singapore, MAS announced the Payment Services Act built in 2017 and later upgraded to Payment Services Act. And then the application for PSA license started last year and should be issued this year. So it both will definitely open the gate for the mainstream to enter the cryptocurrency market, which is very exciting to looking forward to.
Certainly exciting to look forward to. Any thoughts on the development of how that yield is generated and of how custody is handled, regulation?
My opinions on it. I think benefit from the nature of cryptocurrency market. It's trading 24/7, and it has high volatility. And this high volatility is not erratically. So, and then combined with the maturity of the market, there's enough liquidity in both spot and derivative markets. So it gives a lot of like arbitraging opportunities, and that's an important way to generate the yield. And there's always borrow and lending demands in the market, which is another main way to generate the yield, I think. And on the regulatory side, after the Financial Action Task Force money laundering established the guidance for virtual asset services provider, it set the tone of the regulatory framework about cryptocurrency. It will very likely become the universal standard. It's very likely to be adopted by the country and places that wants to regulate the cryptocurrency market, which includes Hong Kong and Singapore. If Hong Kong adopted the recommendation from FATF, then they might start to regulate all types of service provider, such as OTC, wallet, custodian, payment and transfer, token issue, etc. And in the Payment Services Act issued by the MAS in Singapore, they've introduced PS Notice 2. PS Notice 2 is the amendment of PSA Act. It's specifically for virtual asset services provider, and it meets all the requirements of FATF's virtual services provider guidance.
That growth of lending and borrowing markets has definitely been an important theme in Hong Kong and Singapore, certainly places to watch for how that regulation will shake out, as they've been kind of first movers in the past. One product, GBTC, has been one of the more popular ways for institutions in the US to gain exposure. How is GBTC viewed in Asia, and are there any similar products worth noting?
I think there are currently 4 types of existing compliant way to enter the crypto market. There are wallet and payment terminal like Apple, Robinhood, and PayPal, and Square. And then there's compliant crypto exchange like Coinbase, Gemini, Bitstamp, etc. And there's a payment processing company like Coinify, Y, and Sampo. And there's stablecoin and like USDC, TUSD, etc. And there's financial institution like Grayscale, Bitwise, and so on. And some of them, they're more focused on retail side, and some of they are more focused on the institution and high net worth investors, high net worth individual investors. And the compliant progress in Asia is a little bit lagging behind, but when it continues to develop, I think it will definitely have more services provider which covers different segment in the market. So naturally, there will be a similar product like GBTC occur in the Asian market.
I think that's a good overview. Any other insights from your vantage point as we hopefully continue in these early stages of a bull run in 2021?
2021 is going to be an amazing year, and it's a very exciting year to look forward to, especially for cryptocurrency. I don't have much more to add, but I have one small tiny suggestion for everyone is do not sell your Bitcoin like I did. Don't sell it too early. Probably never sell because it's only going up.
Thanks, Molly. And never sell is good advice there.
Thanks everyone for listening, and thank you, John, for hosting it, and thanks again for having me.
All right, thanks, Molly.